What it do, people? It's your boy Derek Dougherty back on the mic today. We got some different guests on the show today. I don't have my normal buddy Danny. We have lots to talk about. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. You already know who it is. Mark Novakovic, check him out on YouTube. He's got loads of videos that are freaking hilarious. I did a voiceover for one of them. Check that out. The Jimmy and Chad podcast is probably my favorite on there. And then if you want to check out our girl down from Florida, Messy, Jesse's art. She does all that art. She's selling it, and she's trying to get her name out there. You can find her on Instagram at Messy_Jesse's_art. And then lastly, my boy Smitty Black just came out with his new album. Yesterday, I was trying to figure out what the name of that soundtrack that I liked. It's called Spray. It's one of my favorites on the new album. It's called The Art of Procrastination is the name of the album. So everyone check that out. Now, without further ado, I want to introduce a guest. He is a long life friend of mine. He is also my cousin. His name is Chris. He goes by Debo. Welcome to the show, Devo. How you doing?
What's good, bro? How are you, man? Thanks for having me on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Man, it's been a journey here on the Dougherty show, man. But I do appreciate
that, man. It's growing though. That's what's up.
It's getting there, man. I need 20 more views. Yeah, it's steady. I mean, when I first started this, man, we only get like 3 views, and it's get us a little.
You're growing, bro. Like Joel Embid says, trust the process, man.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
But so getting started, I'm going to talk about loads of things today. It won't be too long of a show. We could start off with Monty Williams winning Coach of the Year, man. How you feel about that?
I already told you, bro, earlier in the week. He definitely deserves that. You know it, dude. Come on. The Suns had a good ass year, bro. Number 1 seed. They're just on fire, dude.
They really are, dude.
I honestly think Chris Paul might get a ring this year, possibly. Obviously, depending on like if any injuries happen or just how everything shakes up. But I think Suns definitely gonna be a contender, bro. 100%.
Yeah, Monty Williams, man, I feel like he got snubbed last year. I think Tom Thibodeau won Coach of the Year. So
yeah, I agree.
I think it's only right that he wins it. I mean, not that Tom didn't deserve it last year, but Monty did. He's been doing exceptional for 2 years. It's about time that he finally.
Yeah, I mean, look how far they went last year, and then this year they just backed it up again. So it's like, give it to him, bro. I don't really think anyone can really debate that this year, to be honest.
They probably thought it was like a fluke last year, and he's like, nah. Chris Paul's like, dude, just because I'm old don't mean shit, bro. I'm still in this motherfucker.
Chris Paul's so underrated, man.
Literally, man, literally. And you know what the funny thing is? I was reading a stat the other day that said like, no matter what team he's been on, he's always been on a winning team. So it just means
always, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like anywhere he goes, dude, it could be an ass roster, and he's gonna elevate him. But no, I think Monty. I think he was honestly one of the missing pieces that they needed down there. So now that they got him, I mean, you see what they're doing now. I mean, they also and their roster's obviously young and starting to get better. So besides Chris Paul, but he's like that veteran head that you need. You know what I mean? Like you need that type of leadership. So
and now they got that playoff experience, so we'll see where it takes them.
Yeah.
But speaking on the opposite end of the spectrum, shitty teams. Vogel got fired.
I know, man. That's crazy.
How you feel about that? Him getting
see, I'm iffy on this one because, like, I guess you can put some of the blame on him, but I mean, some of the blame is they keep getting all these old heads, bro. Like LeBron, and like, no offense, I'm a LeBron fan, but like he's shipping away, like, influencing trades, getting rid of a lot of their young players and getting in all these like older, veterans like Carmelo. Then you had Westbrook come, and it just don't seem to be working. Like, I don't know if they're just too old and slow together and they need like some like young legs or what, but I don't fully blame him for the Lakers season, but I do think that he did have a little to do with it. And I see they're going after Nick Nurse now, so that might be
that'd be good.
That could be actually pretty decent.
He's from the Raptors, ain't it?
Yeah. Won a championship with them.
Yep. I mean, in my opinion, I think he deserves some of the blame, but not all the blame. Do I think he should have been fired? No, he literally just took him to the championship last year.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of why I was like, I don't know, bro. Like firing him, I don't know.
It's just weird. Like, someone else is going to pick him up for sure, and I mean they're probably going to do great too. It just I don't know. I thought that was a little surprising to me. I just don't think he meshed well with those players at the end. Besides LeBron, obviously LeBron's LeBron, but Westbrook said that he didn't get to play to his type of potential. He had to do what because he just listens to whatever the coach tells him. But when he was over on other teams, man, always balling out, getting triple doubles every game. But this year he had hella turnovers, and he did not play up to par. And I mean, I think Malik Monk stepped up in certain games and whatnot, and I just feel like he doesn't deserve all the blame. And I also feel like they have such an old roster that I think they needed some younger players.
Yeah,
I feel like caught up to them because
they're
a lot of
all their depth away too. Like they don't really have any depth. You know what I mean? Like once the bench comes in, it's like just pray we don't get give up 30 points or whatever. It's like they don't really have any depth. And yeah, I mean all the old heads. I don't know if it just didn't work, man. No chemistry, I guess. I don't know.
Agreed. And not only that, like they signed Westbrook for so much money, and like they could have definitely got like 2 to 3 other players with that type of money, like I don't know, Buddy Hield or maybe DeMar DeRozan or somebody like that, But
and it's just, man, I think maybe another thing that had to do with him getting fired is just the expectations. Because on paper, that roster
was really stacked.
It looks good, bro. Like they should have. You would have maybe a 4th or 5th seed at least. I know the West is tough, but like on paper, that roster. It's pretty good. And I mean, I know they had their little injury woes, but like every team's had injury woes this year. I feel like, man, like Curry's been hurt. You got the Bulls with, Balls was hurt. Pete Williams was hurt. Like you can't really just blame injury woes. That's when people got to step up and like they didn't. So.
Yep. And that just shows that they had lack of depth because
no depth. They traded all their depth away to get all these
Alex Caruso's on the Bulls, man. Like I felt like he was a really good piece in their championship run.
Caruso is a beast, bro. I call him Clamp Caruso, man. Clamp.
He doesn't have to score a lot of points. He really
plays
good
hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
Every game. They messed up letting him go, man. He plays hard every game, bro. Like I like him a lot.
Me too. I agree. I'm glad he was a great addition to the Bulls. I hope he stays for a little bit longer. Speaking of other really talented players. Who do you think is going to be the MVP this year? We have Joel Embiid, we have Giannis, and we have Nikola Jokic. And some stats about them, kind of to persuade or see what your mind is at. Jokic became the first player in NBA history to get 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a season. Joel Embiid won the scoring title and is the first center to lead the league in scoring since Shaquille O'Neal, and I think 1999, I think is what it was, which is insane to think about. I mean, it's been that's like over 20 years. Like, wow.
Last person to do it was freaking dominant. It was Shaq. So,
yeah.
I mean, like I don't really think. I mean, Giannis had a great year. Okay, I'm not gonna take anything away from him. I feel that it's gonna be between Joker and Embiid for sure. I lean more towards Joker, unfortunately, but I really want Embiid to get it. But I honestly feel like Joker's probably going to get it just because he was the first player ever to do that feat. But I do feel like Embiid, I don't know. I'm just an Embiid fan. I really like him. So I'm kind of biased, but I feel like, I mean, that shit's impressive too, man. He's first, I believe it was 22 years, the first center. So it's 22 years since
23.
Shaq was the one who did it last. I mean, it's Shaq. So, like, I mean, it's a hard feat to do as a center to win a scoring title. So, I don't know, man. I'm torn on it. I want Embiid to get it, but I feel like Joker will get it. But I also feel like it will be close in the voting. I feel like the votes will probably be closer than people think, but it's tough, man. I don't know. It's really tough, dude.
Hey, I'm torn on it too. I think Joker will win it back to back, just because of the feat that he got this year. I would like Joel Embiid to get it just because I don't like seeing the same player win MVP every year, kind of like LeBron and all that stuff. And Giannis, but Giannis was pretty good. He won defensive MVP and the MVP in the same year, which was pretty great.
That was insane. Well, that was 2-3 years ago. That was insane. But
yeah, I think it was like 3 years ago, yeah. And then Joel Embiid coming out and doing that, and the first center to do that in 23 years. I mean, when's the last time a center's actually won MVP? That's my question.
That is a good question. I would say look it up, but
yeah, I mean, I could look it up later.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it is close, I want to lean more towards Joel because just of what he just did and the exceptional season that he's doing and the position that he's in, and then Jokic, man, that dude's a fucking dog.
He also did it without a true number 2, Joel, until he got James. Because I mean, think about it. Ben Simmons was their number 2, pretty much, and he didn't really play all year. And then they traded him, so it's like he kind of did it with I guess less weapons. I don't really know, because then you got Jamal Murray's hurt over there, and what's his name, Michael Porter Jr.'s hurt over there. So I mean, I don't know, man. This one's tough. This might be one of the toughest MVP conversations in a while, bro. Usually
ever.
Yeah, like I really feel like it could go either way. I don't know where the voters' heads are going to be, so
it's a great feeling too. I mean, to think about it, like we're at this day and age where like we're having these conversations about how close it is with MVPs. Like it goes to show you the type of talent level that's in the NBA nowadays.
Oh yeah, I feel like there's way more talent now. Maybe it's because the game revolutionized and whatever, but it changed a lot. It's more fast paced.
All of them are like back then. There's only a few players that knew how to dunk like that, and there's only a few players that used to be able to shoot threes. Now everyone's shooting threes. Everyone's making dunks. Everyone's able to be so athletic, and play deep in the games and stuff like that. Like it's pretty exceptional. But yeah, it's probably going to be Jokic. But
I agree. Just because his feet, it hasn't been done ever. You know what I mean?
Just crazy. It's just like last year he was really good, and you thought this year he might either he'd be the same or take a step back, but he got even better. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
I know. And then what are they, like 4th seed or whatever? They're 5th seed,
so, yeah.
4th or 5th seed, and they're missing 2 of their great players.
They are, where are they at on there? 6th seed.
6th seed. Okay, 6th seed, but they're missing Jamal Murray, who's a stud, and they're missing Michael Porter Jr., who is also, I mean, he's not as good as Murray, but he's
solid though.
Yeah, he's good. So it's like he's doing all this, missing two of his, best players besides him. Obviously, he's the best player on the team, but so I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy.
I mean, like I remember in the beginning of the season, everyone was talking about Stephen Curry winning MVP because he was balling up, and then he got quiet. And then DeMar DeRozan after the All-Star break,
I know. I was hoping DeMar stayed on fire because it would have been nice to see him get MVP.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man. But yeah, it happens, man. Let me see what else we got talking about today. Let's see. Well, pretty much. I mean, it's just going to be the games on who you guys think is going to win. I guess we could start off with the Hornets versus the Hawks. Before you say anything, I want to mention that the Hornets had to walk to the stadium right now. Right now, it's halftime, or it's a little over halftime. They're down by 8. And not only that, Shaq made a bet and said that if the Hornets win tonight, he's going to stick his hand in a hornet's nest. So off the bat, I already want the Hornets to win, but go ahead.
2 things on that. Okay. So he said if the Hornets win, he'll stick his hand in the hornet's nest. Shaq will do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him doing it. He's always man of his word. Shaq is one of the best. I love Shaq. Great dude. Secondly, I think I told you earlier when we were talking, I got the Hawks winning it. So it doesn't surprise me that they're winning. I do think that they will win. I think they're the better team. But last time I looked at half, Trae Young was shooting like shit. So we shall see. Yeah, but yeah, I got Hawks winning that game, bro.
He comes out of nowhere at any time, though. And he comes to play. When it comes, I feel like whenever it comes to playoffs, every team, it's just a whole different story, Especially last year when the Bucks, they were trash on defense, but all of a sudden they hit the playoffs, elite on defense. Don't know what happened. It's just like some people gear up, like it gets tiring towards the end of the season. They're just like, all right, I want to get this the fuck over with. And finally, in the playoffs, like, let's fucking go, baby. But I got the Hornets in this one.
He was like,
I want the Hornets to win. It's not because of the Shaq thing, but I legit think they can come back and win. And they're only down by 8.
I mean, 8 points, yeah, they can. I mean, and it's only halftime. Like that's plenty of time. It's 8 points. That ain't nothing in basketball.
And another part of me, maybe it's maybe I might be biased for this type of thing, but I want to see teams in the playoffs that have never won a championship before, because the more that are
I
in
like
there,
seeing that too.
someone wins, I'm tired of seeing the same old bitches. They're not bitches, but fucking Boston all the fucking time. I mean,
I
Lakers
know, man.
all the time.
I don't know. I hate the Celtics, dude. Which is crazy because I'm a Patriots fan, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't know how you became a
Celtics.
Patriots fan. That's such a damn shame, but we'll move
I
on
really
from
don't know, man. Like
You
what,
just let them
5 or
win,
6 years old?
man. I'm gonna let them win. Between the Spurs or the Pelicans, who you got?
Spurs. I just feel like, I mean, you got Greg Popovich. He's freaking probably not the best, but arguably one of the best coaches ever. And Murray's been playing lights out all around. Just, I mean, passing the ball, getting points up. I mean, he's doing a little bit of everything. And I just feel like Spurs got more depth. Pelicans for me seem to be like hit or miss. Like they either have like a really good game and like Brandon Ingram's on fire. You got, Josh Hart's playing good, blah, blah, blah. Or they're just like dog shit. Like they just play like really bad and then lose by 30. So, I mean, you just never know what you're going to get. Maybe if Pelicans come out playing, like I just said, everyone's clicking, they might have, they might put it away. Spurs aren't that good, but like I said, I think the playoff veteran coaching experience might pay off for them.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick who I think will win, it's going to be the Spurs. But who do I want to win again? Because the Hornets or not Hornets,
No, I agree.
Pelicans have never won before. I want them to win. Not only that, though, I just saw fucking Zion do a fucking 360 dunk.
Yeah, that was wild.
Like, what the fuck? Why is this man on the goddamn floor? So, like, it looks like he could possibly come back here soon. So I'm hoping they win and then go to the playoffs.
Back in the playoffs, that would be kind of cool.
And then just balls out, Not, I don't think they're going to go deep, but I would like them to. But
yeah, that would be wild if he comes back and they go to like the finals or something. Like that would be
that'd be
like
wild.
Who would have thought?
They're talking about him being the next LeBron or some shit like that, bro.
Like, okay, shit.
Man, it's just and plus I think DeJounte Murray, like he had such an exceptional year. He's on my fantasy team this year. I took a flyer on him, and
he really did
balled out for me. Like
he had a great year,
literally.
Yeah, he was killing it, bro, all around. Just like I said, passing the ball, he was getting points up.
And no one really didn't even talk about him either because everyone was saying that the Spurs were shitty. But look at them now; they're about to have a chance to make it to the playoffs. So it's like, are they really shitty, bro?
That should be wild, man. I mean, I don't know. If Spurs win, maybe they can make a run. I don't know. Who knows? Doubtful.
Maybe. I don't know if they'll be able to do all that just because I think that
no doubt, Greg Pop.
There's too many other deep teams with
I agree. The West is tough, man.
Especially like the or not the Suns, the Bucks. Speaking of the Bucks, well, actually, let's talk about the Jazz or Mavericks. Who do you got between the Jazz and Mavericks?
I like the Mavericks, bro. If Luka, if he's hurt though, I believe I was just reading he hurt his calf.
Yeah.
So I don't, and there's no timetable on his return. So if Luka plays, I like the Mavs, but if not, then I'll give the Jazz probably. Yeah, because I mean, let's be real. Like Luka is like that team, bro. Like he's like the centerpiece. I feel like without Luka, you're like.
Who would they go against? Let's see if the Mavericks win. Where are they at? Okay, they're down here. Honestly though, like, see, I like the Jazz. But they just keep blowing big ass leads, dude.
In the fourth too, I've noticed they always crumble like in the fourth quarter. Like,
and it's just like, can they get this shit fixed?
I don't understand.
Can't get it fixed, I think they're gonna get fucked.
I remember reading they held like a players only meeting about like their fourth quarter woes. Like
when was that?
Like I don't know, a week or so ago.
I mean, they're still doing it.
And yeah, they're still, and yeah, it obviously didn't work because they still are having trouble closing games. But yeah, I read something about that. Like I was like a week or two ago.
I mean, I kind of hope the Jazz do. Again, because the Jazz have never won a championship before. But I also hate Dallas because they won so much back in the day when they had fucking Dirk Nowitzki and shit like that. And I think Luka's still young. I think they need more players around him in order for them to go deep into the playoffs. So, like, I don't know. I don't think if Luka doesn't play, Mavericks for sure aren't going to win. But if Luka plays, I feel like it's going to be close. And if the Jazz can't withhold and keep those fourth quarter leads, I think they're going to buckle and just going to be the Mavericks taking it and going on to the playoffs.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. It's going to be, it's a couple factors that are going to play into that one.
Agreed. The next one is Bulls and Bucks. Chicago Bulls are in the playoffs, but are they good enough to compete? And I had a stat that I'm going to bring up. Since the All-Star break, the Bulls are 7-15. During that span, they ranked 27th in offensive efficiency, and 25th in defensive efficiency, compared to 4th and 20th, respectively, before the break. The Bulls are the only team in the Eastern Conference playoff field with a negative point differential, and they are 1-14 against playoff teams. I just hope like they just switch a fucking gear and they can,
you're in the bolt, bro.
Can make it, but I think they're going to get bodied by the Bucks. What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, unfortunately, as a Bulls fan, I feel like it could be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep for us. Unfortunately, obviously not us winning. I think the Bucks are probably gonna destroy us, and it is what it is. We've I don't know if it was just people, our team getting injured and like the chemistry, because we were on fire, man. And then the All-Star break came, and then it was like
all the injuries happen.
Injuries and just the chemistry just kind of isn't where it was before the All-Star break. So yeah, we need that All-Star break switch before the break. We need that switch to come back on, and then I think maybe we could win, but it's not looking good. So
yeah, and another thing is even if we'd had these injuries, you would think that the depth would step up, and I feel like ever since Alex Caruso came back, they've kind of not gave Ayo as many minutes. Like he hasn't been doing as great as what he was doing earlier on. Because I had him on my fantasy team, that dude was balling out. I think he's gonna be a great player for us, and it sucks that we lost PJ. Williams the entire season, or Patrick Williams the entire season. He just came back and he's been playing.
yeah.
So I don't think he's up to speed like at the peak he could be at yet. Because
no Lonzo.
No Lonzo too, and he's got those great assists.
Lonzo. I don't care what anybody says. He was a good piece for us, man.
He's a good.
He had a really good year. He didn't average a bunch of points, but he had. There was games where he dropped 20 or whatever, and he shot efficiently. He passed the ball. He did what we needed him to do. Not fuck up, not do anything stupid. Just play basketball, bro. And he did.
I feel like having him on the floor too. It's like Levine and DeRozan didn't have to ball out all the time, but they had way better, more open look shots when he was playing. He had I'm not gonna lie, when we first signed Lonzo Ball, I wasn't a fan of it, but as the season grew, it continued, it grew on me, and I'm like, okay, I like Lonzo, bro. I think he's gonna do fucking well for our team.
I was actually happy when we got him. I actually thought he would fit well here, and yeah. I don't think Lakers used him properly, and then they shipped him off. And I think he actually was pretty good on the Pelicans before he came here. And yeah, I think it was a great pickup for us. And he's young, and he's getting better.
Well, I think once we get bodied in the playoffs, because it's inevitable to happen unless we fucking somehow find some good magic. But I think next year what they need to do is get some better depth. But not only that, find another big man for Vukovic, because Tristan Thompson ain't it, bro. No offense to Tristan Thompson, but
yeah, no, I agree. I'm so stoked we got Vukovic though. That was yeah, dude. He's
a good sign. We just need another one when he's sitting on the bench and whatnot, we can put another guy in who can play just as good, if not, pretty solid, man. It just I don't know, man. I'm a little bummed out about it. I was hoping that we would be somewhat competitive. I guess my expectations are a little bit better this year than they were last year, because last year when we had the Bulls, we didn't even make playoffs and we were losing to teams that were fucking trash. And this year we're actually beating the teams we're supposed to be, but losing against those playoff teams. We got one win, and that was back in fucking November. That's when we had everybody. So
it is definitely disappointing, man, especially when you saw how hot of a start we got off to. And
literally, we were number one seed in
the East at one point. It's brutal. I know. It's like I said. It's you have every reason to be like disheartened because I am too. I mean, it just sucks to see you guys go. You're clicking like that to where we're at now.
Well, hopefully they get that shit together and they they can somehow upset the Bucks. That'd be all. I'm gonna be all over Twitter talking about upset city, bro.
Hope for the best, expect the worst.
Exactly.
So see what happens.
Moving on, we have let's see. Let's go with the Raptors or the 76ers. Who do you have?
I like 76ers in that game or in that series.
Same. I mean, Raptors, I feel like they kind of fucked themselves. And the reason I say that is because I had Fred VanVleet on my team, and I was also paying attention to the other players. All of their players have played heavy minutes, like heavy minutes. So I feel like they might get injured, bro. Or they're worn, they're tired, and their depth, they haven't even played that much. Like, even if they play in the playoffs, I don't feel like they're going to be as good because they haven't had as much chemistry to do that or go deep or help or anything like that. So I think the 76ers sweep them, in my opinion.
I agree. Either, like I said, it's probably going to be like the same as the Bulls-Bucks series. Either a sweep or possibly a gentleman's sweep. Maybe they lose one in Toronto. Maybe. Who knows? But I think, I could see a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. Easy.
Agreed. Yesterday, the Nets won. So they're going to be facing the Celtics. Let me show that little graphic again. So yeah, Celtics are going to be playing against the Nets. I'm quite surprised on the Celtics. I didn't even think that they were going to make it this far because at one point, I think it was leading up to the All-Star break, they were one of the shittiest teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then they geared up, turned it around, and Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. How they just turned it around like that. But I actually think Nets are the underdog here, according to the ladder or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Nets win the series, bro. I'm for real. People, I don't care.
I think that's going to win the series. Well, actually, I don't know, man. Where's my connection is unstable. Wi-Fi.
But what's wild is Ben Simmons isn't going to play at all this year, so I don't know what his deal is.
He might. They just I was watching the Pat McAfee show. They have that guy. I think his name's Sham or something like that. He comes on the show. He's like an insider for the NBA. He was talking about the possibility that Ben Simmons might come back. So you never know. Yeah, if he comes back, that'll be pretty awesome. I would like the Nets to win. Again, they've never won anything before, but also I like Kevin Durant and I like Irving, that motherfucking afro that he's got. It's fucking exceptional. I fucking hate the Celtics. So that's just a big passion.
Yeah, I don't like the Celtics either. So that's another reason I want the Nets to win.
I just don't think that the Nets will. I think that the Celtics are fucking really good right now. They're really meshing well, and also the Nets defense is absolutely horrendous. Like, it's fucking garbage right now.
Yeah, it really is, which I don't understand why. Like, why? Dude, they're another team that when you look at them on paper, you're like, damn, they should be really good.
Everyone had them pegged to win the whole entire thing. Like,
that was even after they traded Harden, even still, like on paper, bro. And they, in my opinion, they clearly got the better end of that trade, anyways. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got a bunch of picks or whatever. Whatever.
And he's a way better defender than James Harden.
Yeah. And you get Seth Curry and Andre Drummond too, like both pretty average or above average players. I mean, Andre Drummond is a rebound machine.
Yeah, he's still solid. He's really good with efficiency as far as just shooting shots. He doesn't shoot a lot of them, but he's efficient when he does, and he gets hella rebounds. I know because he was against me hella times throughout the season.
Bro, got Seth Curry. I mean, he's not no Steph, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a solid.
Patty Mills, he's hit or miss too, but I feel like when he does.
Bruce Brown.
You said who?
Bruce Brown.
Yeah, dude, they have. That's what I'm like. They're really. I mean, even after they traded Harden, I'm like, okay. I mean, they're still freaking Kyrie Irving. Like, come on, bro. Like,
hey, honestly, their record might even be a little bit better if they actually had Kyrie Irving playing every single game this season instead of just the fucking.
Oh, I agree.
Games. I respect him though. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's been killing it lately, Kyrie. So
Yeah.
I'm sure if they had him like the whole year, I don't think they would be whatever 9th, 10th seed or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like they'd at least be like a 5th, 6th, maybe.
Yeah. What are they? The 8th seed or 7th seed? 7th seed.
They had to play in. Yeah. So what? 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
So I think they're the only 7th seed personally that I think can go super deep in the playoffs. I think they can make it to the finals, in my opinion.
It would be wild to Nets go to the finals after playing in the play-in. Go all the way, bro.
What? This is the playoffs. Like, I don't know what the fuck with these things. They call it the play-in tournament to make it to the playoffs. I'm like, bro, this is the fucking playoffs, dog.
I mean, I look at it like that too.
Same. The next one I'm gonna laugh about. We have the Timberwolves versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And I don't know if you watched the game last night and watched after the game.
Pat Bev.
Bro, they were celebrating like crazy, like they
Like
just
they
won the
won
goddamn championship. Twitter blew
It was
up. And
first
was
playoff
roasting
berth in a while though.
18 years.
So I mean, I'd kind of be happy too, but damn.
But that happy, bro, like
Pat Bev was crying, bro.
I'm just like picturing the coach being in the fucking locker room and coming with like a Gatorade thing and dumping it on him, bro.
Like hell yeah,
we did it.
won the play-in game, bro.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
That by far was the funniest shit I've seen in a minute. Like when Pat Bev jumped up, threw his jersey off, they should have just ended at that.
Bro, I mean, it was against his old team, so
yeah, that's
dude was stoked. Dude was stoked.
So who do you think is gonna win this, Grizzlies or Timberwolves?
Again, people might call me crazy, bro. I'm gonna take the Wolves.
Oh,
I'm really gonna take the Wolves, bro. I think it'll be a 6 or 7 game series. Wolves win.
I think it's gonna be a really good game too.
They're hungry, bro.
They got something to prove. Now they have extra motivation because the entire world just roasted their dumbass for
I know,
doing
right?
it.
Now they're like, oh yeah, they want to laugh at us for freaking get excited about winning the play-in game. Watch this.
Extra motivation. And then Memphis Grizzlies, I mean, John Morant's like super good and not taking anything away from him, but I was reading somewhere where when he's off the floor, they're a lot better. I don't know if maybe because they distribute the ball a little bit better or more, but
I read something like that too. I forget there was like the win-loss record without him, like it's not bad. Like it was like 20-4 or some shit like that, bro. Some crazy statistic. Like so like even without, which is crazy though. Who the hell would have expected that Memphis number 2 seed? If you would have told me at the beginning of the year the Grizzlies would have been a number 2 seed,
I talk shit and say they're trash. Oh, they're trash. Shut the fuck up, bro. They're trash. Garbage.
Yeah, I would have just straight laughed at you. Like, shut up, dude. They're in the West. Like, no fucking shot.
There's been a lot of surprises this year. I am literally and also this is probably the only playoffs I've seen in a long time where a shit ton of teams are in it and have a chance to win. They have never won a championship before.
I hope one of them win it. I mean,
Same.
if the Bulls can't, then I hope a team that hasn't won it wins it.
Okay, in my opinion, out of this entire bracket, who do you think is going to make it to the finals? And who do you think is going to be in the championship? You don't have to say who's going to win yet. We'll talk about that next week. But who do you think is going to make the Final Four and who's going to make the Final Two?
Okay, so for the Eastern Conference, I like the Bucks, and I like Philly.
Philly?
Yeah, I could see that happening out the East.
Okay, and then the West?
Out the West, I like the Suns. And probably you know what?
Tough.
Suns and the Warriors maybe. Suns and the Warriors. Wasn't that a rematch from last year?
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't know. I remember them winning the play-in tournament, the Golden State Warriors. I can't remember.
Suns and the Warriors.
In my opinion, because it's so tough in the West, bro. Like, because it's anybody's game besides Phoenix Suns. Like, that's the one I'm most confident on. I'm gonna have the Phoenix Suns And I'm just gonna say it, bro, because they fucking like every year they disappoint because they don't make it to the Final Four. But I'm gonna say the Denver Nuggets. I think it's gonna be the Denver Nuggets versus the Phoenix Suns, and I think Phoenix wins again, and they make it to the championship. But I'd love it if Denver surprised me. As far as the East goes, I got the Bucks going back to the chip again, but I also have them in the Final Four. And as much as I don't want to say it, I think Miami's loaded, and I think Jimmy Butler's going to take them to the chip. But I would like any of the other teams to make it. And those two teams are the ones that have won championships before. But that's just the realistic point that I'm looking at. I think it's going to be Miami Heat versus the Bucks.
Why? I'm just not sold on the Heat. I don't
No,
know. But they're the number 1 seed. I just don't know why I'm not sold on them.
they're loaded, bro. And like when they had all those injuries, man, like they had a lot of injuries early on in the season after the All-Star break and around the All-Star break. And Jimmy Butler was out because he was on my team. He had a lot of injuries this year too. They were still fucking killing it and winning. I was like, what the fuck? They have Tyler Hero who was balling out. They got this new rookie, Max Strus, who was fucking killing it too, man. I was like, wow, man, like, why can't the fucking Bulls do that?
The look of shame, like, fuck. Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's just
I'm just not sold on them. I don't know why, but I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't really watched a lot of their games. I haven't really watched them this year, but they are. So I
me.
probably
I've been watching fantasy or basketball. That's probably why I know a lot about all of them. But go ahead.
all the like the point statistics and all this. Who's been balling?
Yeah.
Top of that.
Yeah, got to, man. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I said I'm just not sold on them. I like Philly and the Bucks out the East. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for today. We'll have some more shit to talk about next week and whatnot, but I just want to talk about playoffs. We'll probably go a little bit deeper. We'll talk about, whoever's losing and not making it to the thing, because we're going to be deep, probably in like, if I had to guess, probably game 4 or 3 by the time we go to talk next week with certain teams. And then we'll talk about who lost and maybe what they can do next year to get better and whatnot. And hopefully we're not talking about my Bulls yet, but yeah. But other than that, man, I do appreciate you being on the show, man. I definitely do.
Having me, bro. Honestly, I actually had a good time. I love talking this type of stuff. So
hell yeah, I've been trying to get you on the show for a minute now, man. Like literally, like a year now.
I don't know, man. Just gotta try. Sometimes you just gotta push me, bro, and then I'll be like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. When I first started this show, bro, like before, I remember when I had the idea of doing the show. I remember just asking you and Dwyer if you guys want to be on. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. And I remember Dwyer was on it for a little bit.
Yeah, he was, and then he like kind of fell off. I don't think he's interested in doing it anymore. I'm like, if he ever wants to come on, by all means, I'll have him on. But he I don't know, stopped showing up and just like really didn't care and never messaged me back about stuff. So I just went ahead and just did it with me and Danny, and then me and Brett had our falling out. So and then Stephanie moved to Florida now. So that's how it is, man. I've just been rolling with it and going from there.
Now, bro.
You said what?
I think Dwyer's just a busy man now with the kids and whatever,
True.
So, it is what it is.
True. But appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
No problem, brother.
All right, man. You have a good night.
You too, bro. Later.
Well, all right, guys. That is our show for today. I appreciate you guys listening. I'm going to actually have a show right after this with Neil. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball. So one last thing, guys. I do want to make sure that you guys go ahead and subscribe below. Be sure to hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. We need 28 more subscribers so I can actually name my show The Doherty Show on YouTube, so it's much easier to find me. Shout out to our sponsors, Mark Novakovic. Find him on YouTube as well. Messi_Jesse's_art on Instagram, selling that art. And our boy SmittyBlack.com. Check him out, y'all. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Peace out.